Why is a gay rodeo a good thing to have? You don't have to be big and macho.
It's a place for gay people to get together and have a good time, to do something that is outdoors, that is athletic.
The straight rodeo circuit, they would think that, you know, it's a bunch of pansy events.
You know, when you see a woman or a man riding bulls or riding steers, you think, you know, that's not your typical gay person. You know, they're not this big flaming queen.
We're moving out of the past where the stereotypical image of a gay man was a hairdresser or a florist, and the stereotypical idea of a lesbian or gay woman was a truck driver. It just goes to prove that we are everywhere, and you just can't judge a book by its cover.
Anybody want to sit on this?
A guy named Phil Ragsdale started a rodeo for gay people many years ago, and it blossomed and kept rolling for a number of years. This was an opportunity for men and women to go somewhere and to do something that they love and actually be themselves.
We're like the first or second largest amateur rodeo association in the United States. And currently we have several different competitors in our association that do compete on the International Professional Rodeo Association, and they do quite well.
This rodeo association does not discriminate. There are a lot of heterosexual people competing at this rodeo, and they're very welcomed as long as they are supportive and don't come with the attitude that they're going to take all our money, because that often does not happen. People who are homosexual can beat the heterosexuals.
A lot of these people never grew up around cattle and horses, and so for them this is kind of a new thing. It's something that they're trying out, and they're enjoying a great deal.
Gays and lesbians are usually thought of as being in the high metropolitan areas. This is like more rurally focused. You don't see a lot of horses and cows and steers running down city streets.
The first rodeo in Seattle was in 1993, and there it was in a community south of Seattle, like 30 miles south. So it was almost a little redneck community. So they weren't too happy with a gay rodeo coming to town.
We had a lot of protesters standing at the front of the gates as we went in and out. I had a carload of kids try to run me off the road.
I almost liken them as terrorists, because they just don't get it. They don't understand that people are people, and we're not all the same, and you do your thing and I do my thing, and get off my dress.
When you get 40,000 faggots and dykes in one place, it's kind of intimidating.
Dr. Nagel, can you look at Banks's leg for me? I came out to my brothers first, and they were totally cold. And my mom was fine, and my stepdad was, well, whatever sails your boat is fine with me. And my father was one who I was most concerned with, and he just kind of looked at me and said, well, when did that happen? My family was very, very supportive when I came out. They always have been. They consider my significant other as my spouse, and she is accepted by my entire family that way. We just adopted a little boy, and, you know, that's their grandson.
He's proud of you, too.
Yeah.
I've been gay for 20 years, and they still keep saying that, you know, we can send you to a doctor and make you all better. You know, my brother's like walks around like, stay away and don't get too close.
My family was pretty accepting to it. They're very happy with it. They know I do the rodeos. I think it made my father more proud of me, because he saw, you know, my son may be gay, but look what he does. You know, he does I guess you say, a manly sport.
In order for us to grow as an association, we always have to get new members, and one of the ways is getting them involved in a camp event, and we have 3 of them: goat dressing, steer decorating, and the wild drag. Goat dressing, it's just like it sounds. They have to put a pair of jockey underwear on a goat. Wild drag is a team of 3 members, one of which has to be a female, one has to be a male, and then another member has to be wearing a dress and a wig.
Drag queens try to deal with livestock. It's always amusing.
Today was the first day I had to put a dress on. And I mean, I did not want to be pretty, and I was not pretty. I put the wig on backwards, so the girls were all going, "No, honey, we'll do your makeup. Just get away, let's do it."
And the third event is steer decorating. They have to put a ribbon around the tail of the steer.
The camp events probably do perpetuate a little bit of the, you know, a bunch of Nelly Queens are out there trying to play cowboy.
Some of them get serious about it. I mean, like, "Don't kiss me, you're gonna ruin my makeup." But no, it's all in fun, and the crowd loves it.
I think that maybe pro rodeo is embarrassed by it. I don't know.
It's true to life. It's almost to scale.
There's a tremendous number of people who just come to these events as a social event, just to see what it's all about, what it's like.
Some people will use it as a means for picking up on people. I think a lot of people use it as a tool to meet people who they have a little something in common with.
Obviously, cowboys and cowgirls are not bad to look at. We seem to have a good-looking crowd, so.
On the one hand, you've got a tremendous number of people who go to stroll around and look at the guys and girls and to drink beer and have a good time.
Everyone's looking at everyone else, but the participants, I think, are more focused on their event and what's really going on here.
The caliber of the contestants at the gay rodeo has come along from 10 years ago so far that you've got contestants here that could go out on the pro circuit and be very competitive.
Well, the top round cowboy and cowgirl could walk away with, at this rodeo particularly, around $4,500 or so. And then they get each event, they get paid. And so you could win, you know, hundreds of dollars each day. And then if you win the all around, you can win several thousands of dollars.
The first time I ever participated, I just decided I was going to become part of the action. So I got up there and I was steer wrestling, and I did it in 3.91 seconds, and the announcer said, "And that puts Paul Nicholas in first place." And I mean, that adrenaline just flew through my body. I mean, I ended up in third, but I got a ribbon, and someday I want a buckle, but that's what I keep trying for now. I don't want to buy a buckle, I want to earn it.
Winning the all-around last year was very unexpected because I actually didn't know until they announced it. I got the money and the buckle and the high. It was great.
Starting today, I'm in the lead for all around by 10 points starting the day out today, so I'm still competitive.
What we do that's different from the straight rodeos is we allow women to do the same thing that men do. And a lot of times they're better than us.
When I was riding bulls, the men used to come up and say, "Thank goodness we don't have to ride against you," because I always outscored the men. Most of the women that are riding on the rodeo circuit, they're not necessarily super feminine.
We call them bull dykes, you know.
Someone who's not worried about getting dirty or stepping in something or getting their fingernails broken.
It's a dangerous sport. A couple of years ago we did have a death, unfortunately, of one of our competitors. Whenever you have a 600 or 800-pound animal falling on you, like the ones behind me, like a steer or a bull weighing up to like 1,200 pounds with horns, anything could happen.
They say put a handful of marbles in your mouth and spit them out one at a time, and when the last one's gone and you've lost all your marbles, now you're a bull rider.
The bull, the ones we use, are about 1,800 to 2,000 pounds. You can just feel the power under you. It's just a huge animal that you can't compare the power to anything else in the rodeo. And as he's bucking, I'm just thinking, God, let me stay on. And that's, you know, I squeeze and I pull and I try to stay on for 6 seconds.
Nobody likes to lose, but you always have that next one where you have the possibility you're going to win. It's our way of being neighbors or being close or being a family, because we know that next rodeo we can be together, and if it's in the rain or the shine, you know, we're there and we're happy.
About 12 years ago, the Golden State Gay Rodeo Association came up with the riderless horse ceremony. We initiated it here in California because of all the members that we had dying of AIDS, and we thought it would be a good tribute to retire the number one and have a special ceremony during each of our rodeos so that even though they're gone, they'll never be forgotten.
I remember the first year that it came out, it struck me tremendously, because one particular guy who used to compete had recently died, and I didn't even know that he was ill, and maybe a lot of people didn't know that he was ill. I remember standing there watching this horse walk around the arena and just crying because I guess of helplessness, a feeling like there was nothing that we could do.
The more you do, the more you help. You just tell somebody you need help and they're right there for you. They'll help pick you up and dust you off, or, you know, tape you up back together.
I see you smile and my heart skips a beat. Thoughts of love go tumbling through my mind.
The reason why there does need to be a different rodeo is because if any of these people walked around hand in hand with someone of the same sex, they'd be trashed. I mean, that's reality.
If only I had the words to tell you how I feel.
You need that hug every once in a while, and a little bit of affection and close attachment.
Truth I could reveal. Oh, I'd tell you how I yearn for you every night and day.
It is a scary thing sometimes, that just putting yourself into a position of, you know, are these people am I gonna be condemned?
This is just doing what we do best and just having fun and not worrying about what other people think.
When you pass me by, I try to catch your eye.
This is an extended family on the gay circuit. We support each other, and that's what it's all about, sharing rodeo.
But it's just a brief